If you want to find a private money lender, you must have What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Derek, aka Flipping a House, and today we're going to be talking about one of the most important parts of real estate. That's right, you guessed it, money. And specifically, we're going to be talking about how to find private money to fund your next real estate deal. It doesn't matter if you're flipping, if you're buying rentals, or you're trying to get in the Airbnb space, you're going to need private money. Today, we're going to be talking about how to find those individuals. So grab a pen, piece of paper, we're going to get right into it. Now, you're probably wondering, why would a complete stranger loan me hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase real estate? And the answer is actually pretty simple, and that's returns. When you look at banks and savings accounts and CDs and other things that they offer traditionally, the annual return is only 1 to up to 3% at the highest that I've seen recently. But when you look at real estate, it's 10 to 12%, sometimes even higher depending on the investment. Now, when you look at that compared to banks, it's pretty much a no-brainer, so don't beat yourself up on why it's a bad idea. You're really creating a win-win opportunity for both parties. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's talk about where we meet these individuals and how we can present these opportunities to them so they can see the benefit from both sides. I think it's pretty safe to say that we're going to be targeting high net worth individuals. When you think about your immediate circle, where's the first place that you can think of that you would meet a high net worth individual? I like to start with people that we see on the regular, we already do business with, but they may have a safer strategy when it comes to life and investing. What I mean is, let's look at lawyers, dentists, and physicians, people that own their own practices. These are usually a great place to start when it comes to funding that initial deal. Now, you're probably thinking, why would my doctor lend on a real estate deal? Well, like I said, the return is amazing and it's safe. And most of these people understand investing. They're thinking long term. However, they don't have the time to actually go ahead and look for properties, find that real estate investment. So by you presenting it to them on a silver platter, they might be interested, and you never know. Not only are they more inclined to invest, you're usually dealing with a smart individual. I mean, someone that's went through 6 to 8 years of schooling and initially purchased their own practice. They probably know a few things that you don't, and it could be a benefit for you and them. You could look at partnering on initial deals with them, or just setting up that 10 to 12% return annually with a few points each month. If you're not sure about what I'm talking about when I say points and these interest rate, you should go check out my video on how to fund your first flip. Family members are easy to talk to. You're usually closer to them, and the trust is already there. So the ask really just needs to be presentable. Even though you may be starting out with $100,000 to $200,000, there's a couple different ways that they could actually fund the deal. The first could be possibly a HELOC or a home equity line of credit. They could look at using a self-directed IRA. If they do not have one of those, they could possibly roll over their 401k. Now, I can't tell you all the good without telling you some of the bad, and that is, well, you're gonna have to do holidays with these people. So if things did go bad, realize that the relationship that you had in place could change, and so could the dynamic. It's going to be a little awkward at Thanksgiving if you owe the person next to you or your uncle $300,000. So be very cautious when doing this in real estate. When it comes to private money, you want to talk to as many people as possible, and there's no better way to do that than through social media. Now, the place that I actually met my very first lender was a Facebook group. See, in Houston, we have several investing groups that have tens of thousands of people in them, and I find it very valuable to hop in and ask questions. And that's, well, exactly what I did when I wanted to find my first lender. I made a post that just said, does anybody have any hard money or private money lender recommendations? I had another fellow investor reach out, and he sent me a guy, and I reached out to that guy. Now, I know I'd never talked to this person before, and it was a little awkward, but I just said, hey, this person referenced me, and I was wondering if we could grab lunch. I have a deal that I would like to show you. And we did coffee, and it's been 2 years, and he still lends on projects with me to this day. See, most people use Facebook to post funny cat memes and family photos, and don't get me wrong, that's enjoyable too, but you can really use it as a tool, and I know you're already on it anyway. Now, we have a couple more ways that we can meet high net worth individuals that I want to talk about, but I want to make sure that you guys stick around to the very end of this video, because the last tip that I'm going to give is the most important way to find private money to fund your next deal. So make sure you stick around. Now, once you find a good lender and you start to do some deals, it's funny how things start to snowball, and you got to think about it. Who hangs out with high net worth individuals? That's right, other high net worth and wealthy individuals. So one of our best ways that we we found private money is by actually just doing deals with lenders. See, oftentimes their friends are just like them. I mean, think about it. The people that you hang out with, or they say the 5 people you surround yourself with, is usually who you are. So it's the same with them. So recently we had an introduction happen, and this lady started us off with $500,000. She said once we're through with the first 4 deals, she will actually be inclined to give us a few million. So just think about that when you're talking with these lenders. And even if they don't have the money to put up on this certain deal, ask them if they know any other individuals who would be interested in getting a 10 to 12% return annually. Once you ask these specific questions, their ears start to perk up, and they're more likely to help you. Now, I know there's been a lot of information in this video, but I hope you guys are still with me, because this last thing that I'm about to tell you is the most important. And that is, if you want to find a private money lender, you must have a really good deal. Don't get me wrong, it's great to go out and start looking for private money and asking people to borrow money, but the best way to get people's attention and to get them on board is to actually have a really good deal and show them the numbers. Once again, I told you guys that I found my first private money lender through Facebook, but the reason that he was so inclined to loan me the money that I needed for that deal was because I actually had something to present him. And not only did I have one deal, but I had another deal that I was working on that I presented to him as well. So he could see that this just wasn't a one-off, but this is something that we actually do all the time. Now, he liked the deal. He made a lot of money. We made money. It was a great situation. But it's really important for you to understand that people like to see more than they like to listen. They always say talk is cheap, and there's a reason, right? I always watch people's actions, and if you're serious about a business, right, whether you're talking to your family member, your dentist, anybody that you know that may have money that would be willing to lend, the first thing that they may ask you is, okay, great, you have something that I can look at. What better way to set yourself up for success than to show them a wonderful deal that they're going to make money on, and talk about how much money they're going to make in this 3 to 6 month period. I hope you guys found this video very helpful, as I know I wish I would have found this when I went to find my first flip, because I wouldn't have just started on Facebook. I would have talked to all these other people. If you guys could like and subscribe for this channel, make sure you turn on notifications as I'm dropping weekly videos. And if you're not already, make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. Until next time, peace.